Yo, America, planet Earth, what's good? This is your boy Codell, and welcome back to another episode of the Father's Gospel Podcast. So glad to have y'all here with me. Anyways, I got a great one today, you guys. Like always, we're going to be doing a video review. Well, two video reviews. They're short, and it is by the same lady. This lady kicks some really, really useful knowledge that I think everybody can apply to their life when it comes to relationships. So, anyways, let me share my screen and we'll get into it and I will give you my thoughts. So, this is Asia Elaine, and she is a certified relation coach, right? I came across her today. And so saw one video. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But let me go through a bunch of other videos and do a little research just to make sure she's not, posing, being a chameleon, basically. All right. So I wanted to find out, well, if this lady's giving relationship advice, how long has she been married, all that stuff. She's been married 12 years and she's got kids, and her and her husband appear to be happy. But anyways, let's get into the first video. All right. So this is some advice for the ladies out there, and I think you're going to find it really useful. So here we go.
All right, y'all, let's get into it. Here are the three biggest lies that single women tell themselves. Let's go. Number one, the right man will accept me as I am. A lot of single women will say things like, the right man is going to love me for me, so I'm not changing for anybody. But they use that as an excuse to justify their undesirable traits. Mature, he'll.
No, that's very true. The right man will accept me as I am is absolutely ridiculous. I wouldn't expect um I wouldn't expect a woman to accept me as I am if I am not conducting myself in a proper way, meaning, working consistently, having good manners, just all around being a decent person. So, anyways, let's keep it going.
Ones do not operate this way because they're not intimidated by accountability and their own self growth if it means finding the right partner. They understand that if they want to meet a good man, that could mean doing some work on themselves. I can promise you the right man is not going to take you as you.
See, that's really big too. She said, if you want to find the right man, you got to be willing to do some work on yourself. And I think that's definitely something that women in America and just the West in general really need to start contemplating again, is on just self-improving and being more self-aware of their behavior. I mean, as men, we got to do it. We always have to be aware of our behavior because we don't get the luxury of basically getting a free pass from the public like women do when they behave badly. So, anyways, let's keep going.
Are if as you are means you're bitter, entitled, and you lack emotional maturity. Number two, you want.
Again, that's big. She said, like a woman telling you to accept her as she is an instant red flag, because really what she's saying is, I have a temper, I'm not very cooperative, and I'm basically going to do whatever I want. And yeah, that's not good. Again, it goes back to being able to have a high level of self-awareness so you can know basically what like what your dark side is in a lot of ways. Like if you're not willing to conduct yourself properly, what you can potentially do as far as, just doing bad things. But anyways, let's keep going.
To work for the right man. Ladies, please understand, if you want a good man, there is absolutely work that is involved. Thinking a good man is going.
Again, yeah, absolutely. If you want a good man, ladies, there is work involved. I mean, a relationship is not this fairy tale that y'all have been fed by Disney and Hollywood and music and the entertainment industry in general, the media, all of it. Like, it is not, being in a relationship is not about being happy all the time, because in life in general, you're not happy all the time. That's just the reality of the world. And to have a good relationship, it's obviously going to take a lot of hard work and patience and just knowing when to, step back so you can kind of regather yourself and then come together and just have open conversations. So, anyways,
to walk into your life and start moving mountains for you without you doing anything in return is one of the biggest lies that single women tell themselves. Now, let me be clear. Work doesn't necessarily mean you're cooking and cleaning and shining his shoes every day, but he is going to want some effort from you too. He's going to want your femininity, your softness, and to know that he's appreciated. Real men.
That's big. Again, it's like you got to be feminine. I mean, men, we seek peace is what we truly seek. We don't want to be out there working all day and then coming home and you've got a bad attitude. What does that do for not just us, but for the relationship, for the home, for the children, if there happens to be children involved? It doesn't do anything except cause chaos and eventually basically the destruction of the family. So, anyways, let's keep going.
Spoiling their woman. They love being that fixer and that go-to person in your life, but that consistency and effort has to work both ways. And number
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, we do. Men, we do love to fix things and handle business. And we would like to, start being able to embrace marriage again and families here in America. But when it comes down to it, women initiate 70 to 80% of all divorces. Y'all get custody in 90% of all custody cases. Men get all their assets taken away in family courts, divorce courts, all that stuff, so it's just not a good deal. Like, ladies, you're gonna really, and this is for the good women out there, you're really gonna have to be more vocal in policing your own. Like, you got to start calling out the bad behavior by these crazy women that we got here. A little shaming's not a bad thing. So, anyways, let's go.
three, last but not least, all of the lies we tell ourselves about what we really want and deserve. There are a lot of women out there who think they deserve less than they actually do. These women lie to themselves all of the time, and they try to convince themselves that the half-assed effort they're getting from a man is enough. On the opposite end, you have women who think they deserve way too much and they have unrealistic expectations of what they should be looking for in a man.
And that goes back to like all these women with unrealistic expectations. I mean, every woman, the man needs to be 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", when the average dude isn't even 6 foot. They got to make six figures a year. And the vast majority of men and women are not making six figures a year, And then a lot of these women too, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but most of these women are average looking women, just like most men are average looking men. And it's just you think you're hotter than you are, and you're not. You're not. You're just an average looking woman. And there's nothing wrong with that. But again, it's like you have these unrealistic expectations where a lot of these women that are average, they're not in shape, they're not willing to put in the work, they're not feminine, they're very aggressive, yet they believe that they can get a Chad Tyrone 6-figure, 7-figure dude, even though they're not fit, feminine, or friendly. And that's just not the reality of things. Like, they might be able to hook up with, Chad or Tyrone, but their Chad or Tyrone's not gonna take them seriously. Just like, and your average dude's like, we're done taking you seriously. Like, we don't like, the average man is waking up. That's why so many of us are checking out. So, because we're done. We're done with the attitude. We're done with just all the craziness. But anyways, let's finish this out.
These women also care more about the aesthetic of a relationship versus the actual relationship itself. Just remember, ladies, some of the biggest lies we tell in life are the lies we tell ourselves. The sooner you're honest with yourself, the sooner your circumstances can change.
Oops. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. And what she said there at the end about a lot of women, it's more important to them when it comes to the aesthetics of things. Sorry, like I know I'm kind of messing up that word, but it's true. It's like for so many modern women, the appearance is what's important instead of the health, the actual health of the relationship, you know? Like they want to appear perfect to the world, you know, the glamour, all that stuff. And that's just not the reality. Again, like having a good relationship takes hard work, it takes patience, all that type of stuff. So, but anyway, so that is her first video, you guys. Let me know what you think. I like it. I think overall she's pretty much on target. But yeah, let me know what you think. And before we move on to the next one, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, share FGP. Let's keep it moving. Okay. Up next, we got this video. So I like this, you guys, because all this is she has 5 steps in here for what not to do in a marriage, all right? And we'll start with number 1 cuz I really like number 1 because I believe the number 1 philosophy that I'm about to show is one of the big reasons why men have become such cucks, such simps. Okay, so she says this is a no-no. Number 1, happy wife, happy life. Her reason, cute but toxic maturity is understanding that in a healthy marriage, both people being happy matters. It couldn't be more obvious. I mean, the saying happy wife, happy life, do you know how self-centered that sounds? It is selfish. You're not thinking about your kids. You're not thinking about your husband. It's just happy wife, happy life. And I know so many boomer men that just, I hear that out of their mouths all the time, and it drives me freaking crazy. I'm like, bro, like, stop simping, stop cucking. All right. So, anyways, let's go to the next one. All right. So, number 2 is marriage has no benefits anymore. This is not wisdom, it's self-focus. Marriage is a partnership that builds emotional, generational, and financial wealth. Now, I got to push back on this one a little bit because if the family courts and the divorce courts didn't destroy fathers and our children the way they do, I would be totally on board with this. But currently, the way our family courts and divorce courts operate, marriage is just a bad. It's just a bad investment at this point, and it sucks to say that. Like, I would love to get like I would love to get married and have more kids, but there is no way in hell I'm getting married like until the laws change. I'm not, and especially to, and again, this, I know there's good women in America, but especially to an American woman, because again, y'all initiate 70 to 80% of all the divorces, 90% of all custody cases. You get full sole custody of the children, and then divorce courts, dads get took through the ringer, finances, drain house, all that stuff. So yeah, I got to push back on this one a little bit, but if the system wasn't the way it was, I would totally agree with this. All right, so let's go. Number 3, you shouldn't have to ask for what you need. Actually, you do. Healthy adults use their words, and marriage communication is intimacy, not a burden. This couldn't be more true. And you hear this out of women's mouths all the time. Like, he should just know. Like, we're not psychic. You're not sending us this communication telepathically, okay? This is not charades. If something's bothering you, or there's just something in general you want to communicate, open your mouth, talk. It's that freaking simple. But anyways, okay, so that's 3. That's good advice right there. Number 4 is sometimes you just grow apart. No, you don't. Disconnection doesn't just happen. It grows in silence. Consistency and effort keep love alive. Again, this goes back to this fantasy that women have about love and marriage and relationship being this Disney fairy tale where it's always happy, happy, joy, joy. That's not reality. That's not life. Whether it's business, marriage, whatever, that's not life. There's always going to be ups and downs. That's why communication is so key. All right, let's keep it going. This is the last one right here. Number 5, they're just pretending to be happy. This is projection, not reality. There are many couples who are genuinely happy and thriving, even if that isn't your experience. Excuse me. So, I mean, I don't think this number is necessarily huge, but there are obviously married couples out there who are thriving, and I give them a lot of freaking credit because honestly, if you are in a happy marriage in this day and age with the way our culture is and society, you deserve a big old applause. Credit to you guys. Like, your love is for real because you are managing to keep all this madness out of your marriage that's going on in our culture right now. So yeah, kudos to you. But anyways, you guys, that's what I got. This lady's name is Asia Elaine. She's a certified relationship coach. I'll probably be sharing some more of her videos because she's got some other good ones. But yeah, give her a follow if you like her stuff. And of course, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment on this video. Subscribe and share most certainly. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, you guys. I'm Codell. Y'all been listening and watching the FGP. And until next episode, I love you, but God loves you more. I'm out. Peace.